Hello. Okay, just a little quick update from me regarding the virtual choir. Now, thank you for those of you who have signed up. That's brilliant. I just want to take you through a little bit of a musical walk through the piece, just so you kind of know what we're looking for, and just a few little bits and bobs. I did a little bit of an unlisted video yesterday night for my community choir, who are kind of involved with this, but I just want to go through for everyone and just kind of help out a little bit with what you should be looking to do as far as like the musical stuff that I want, the kind of phrasing and things like that. We might even chat about some breath points and things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the all parts track of White Cliffs of Dover. If you're watching this not live and after the fact, obviously if you want to get your score, then you can be looking through and kind of mark anything up on a score. There is a possibility that the link you've got for a score is a live link, so I can actually mark up the score with some of the kind of breath points and phrasing points that I want, and that will in the linked folder it'll automatically update when you go back into that, so you can therefore keep track of changes. It seems to work quite well for my barbershop chorus. So let's just start from the beginning. And we'll just go through there. I'm going to try and get this done in maybe a 10-minute, 15-minute video at most, just so it's not taking too long for you to watch. I won't be answering any questions at the moment, mainly because I want to make sure that people who are tuning into this after the fact don't have to kind of slow down with questions and stuff. But if I see questions, I'll try and cover that, but I won't specifically address those questions and kind of interrupt the flow. So yeah, hopefully this is all, you can hear everything. And yeah, let's have a listen to the track and then we'll go from there. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Okay, so first things first. There are quite a lot of times where the baritone and the lead are switched. So where the lead is below the baritone. Obviously the melody itself, there'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover, is relatively low in that part, especially if you're a lady, I suppose. At that point the baritone is actually quite a lot of the time above those. Okay, now the first thing is the verses are the same as each other, apart from one thing in the baritone line, and I'm just going to quickly focus on that. So this is the first verse. Just have a listen to the baritone line, the first verse. Okay, Dover, straight down on a scale. The second verse of Dover is not the same. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Okay. So, yeah, it kind of holds on to that little suspension. I think it creates a minor ninth. But basically it creates a really lovely kind of hanging chord that you just kind of want it to then release that suspended chord. So just have a listen to all the four parts, and again baritones. Baritone is, as I said, it's probably got the same range, I would say, as the lead part. It maybe go a little bit lower, but again, so you can probably do lead or baritone. They're both probably interchangeable, and obviously probably we want quite a few people on baritone. So ladies, if you can sing the baritone line, feel free to start learning the baritone line. You can also sing more than one line. So if you want to submit a recording of you doing lead and baritone, absolutely fine. If you wanted to do bass, baritone and lead and hence learn all of them, absolutely fine. So it's not like you just have to do one. You can do multiple parts, multiple recordings, and that is fine. So let's just have a listen to that little section of the second verse, and yeah, have a listen. So there, yeah. So the verses are identical for the beginning, for the most part, kind of how they go. Apart from that little bit in the baritone, but baritones do not do it in the first verse. You've got to kind of wait for that to happen later on. So let's listen to the next little bit of phrasing. Here we go. First time through, just standard. No breath here, straight into just you wait. Now you can breathe after wait. Now at that point, again, so yeah, so you can breathe after wait. Again, it will help us with the synchronization on wait. Just you wait and see. So the leads, you get that nice little kind of suspension. So when I do my conducting video, just watch out because I'll give you that move. The breath points in the second verse are different, or at least what I want is different. So we'll go through there. So hopefully the first verse, the baritone, we go straight down the scale. The lead little suspension thing, just watch me on the conducting for that. There'll be fun and laughter and peace ever after. Okay, two things to be aware of there. First thing is the tenors and the leads on fun. They'll be fun. We've got a tone clash. It's a nice dissonance, but it is a dissonance nonetheless. So depending on what you're used to singing, it may be more difficult for you to tune that. For some people, you'll be fine. So just have a listen to just the lead and the tenor. There'll be fun. Okay. Fun is the tenor. There'll be fun. Leads. There'll be fun. Okay. Together, it kind of gives that kind of, well, what I was going for was that kind of glistening sound. Yeah, so here we go. There'll be fun. Yeah, so it gives a little something. And laughter and peace ever after. So yeah, so the fter, there's two fters. So the lead and tenor go with the predominant timing of the normal song. Peace ever after. Peace ever after, or whatever the tenor part does, but it's straight away. The bass and the baritone, partially because of a move in the baritone line, their fter comes after. So have a listen to the baritone and bass. And peace ever after. So it comes afterwards. Those two things together, it shouldn't be massive. It doesn't end up sounding particularly nasty. It just, there's like fter and then fter with the two, with the baritone bass. So have a listen to that little section, you'll hear it. And peace ever after. So twice. Tomorrow when the world is free. Now there, basses, you are actually above the leads at that point, okay? So just have a listen. There's a really big swipe. Tomorrow when the world is free. Okay, so free. Okay, whereas the lead is a note lower. Tomorrow when the world is free, the shepherd will. Okay, and again, it gives an interesting sound, but just so at that point, baritones, the lead is the lowest part in the entire song at that point. I think so. Anyway. Yes, it is. Yeah. So you get like the bass on a 9, the leads are on the 1. So yeah, so just be aware, basses, you are not the lowest part there. So let's have a listen to that. On the middle section, probably won't want to be quite as loud as it is on the guide track. So you want a little bit more musicality. So let's have a listen, and then I'll just chat you through that. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. Okay, so this section, there's a few things. Now there's a quite a crunchy chord on sheep. So the shepherd will tend his sheep. Okay, so just be kind of, that wants to kind of slightly push through itself. So the shepherd will tend his sheep. My voice isn't great today. It's early in the morning for me, but let's try and put the P on the beginning of the of the. Shepherd will tend his sheep the valley. Okay, so do not breathe after sheep. I don't know if the guide track does, but certainly don't. Yeah, actually, yeah, so take that breath point out. I'd like there to be no breath point there. Shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again. And again, trying to end on a little bit of a singable consonant N there. The valley will bloom again. And here, will go to sleep. I want a soft P. Jimmy will go to sleep. Okay, so I want a specific P, and I'll give you the P on the conducting video, and then it needs to really drop down in volume in his own little. And I want little, and again, obviously, if you're used to singing barbershop, you'd probably normally go little. I'm not saying the supermarket, but you'd go in his own little room. But it's a British song, so I think a little bit of a hard T there is absolutely fine. In his own little room. It seems slightly more, I don't know, the little seems a bit more Mary Poppins. A bit more kind of like little room. And that probably evokes a bit more kind of the kind of emotion we want at that point. So just have a quick listen to that again. Again, I want more of a singable consonant N. In his own little room again. So the conducting video, probably I'll change the timing ever so slightly. Just pull that N out a little bit more than it does in the guide track. In his own little room again. And then into an N. And it'll probably be a little bit longer. So imagine that therefore will probably be a touch longer, because I do want us to go off on that singable N. It sounds really nice. Again. Just on coming off. So it makes it quieter, but it's just, I just like it. So do it. So an N. Here come to the last verse. So have a listen. Starts off the same. And then that's that baritone line. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. Now, there's a change that I want as far as breath points is concerned on the just you wait. I don't want there to be a breath there like there is in the guide track. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. So put the T on the beginning of the end. It just makes the second verse seem a little bit different than the first verse, even though the notes are generally the same. So yes, if you can make sure tomorrow, just you wait and see. Okay, there is then a little baritone suspension, so make sure you've got enough breath. If you need to take words out and hence mime a word or whatever, that's absolutely fine, but do not breathe after just you wait. So just you wait and see. The guide track doesn't do it, but you should. Just you wait and see. Baritone. And then just you wait. No breath there. Now I know leads end up you have a long note, but if you need to go off the note and come back into it, that's okay, but do not breathe before C. The long lead note is taken on by the basses. So lead, that note is taken up by the basses. So basses, leads, do not stop singing your note. Again, the guide track doesn't do it exactly, but the lead note there should carry on until the basses take up that post note. So da, the one, C, the basses then take it, and hopefully it should sound like it's the same person singing, same section singing. The baritones finish it off. Now, there's one thing. On the basses, you can turn your vowel into an very slowly. The guide track doesn't do it, but these are the musical points that I said I'd go through. So here, if I just mute the bass track. That's the bass note. You're on an E for C. So you vary as you listen to the notes. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of do, ver. You can go from and you're just like nicely kind of moulding that vowel so that you all end up, unlike the guide track, all on the same vowel. That'll just make it sound a lot nicer. And watch me for the end on the conducting video for that last note. We all want to finish at the same time. So I think that's it for the moment. I was wanting to do like 15 minutes and it looks like it's 18 minutes, but I'll take that as a win. And if you have any questions, obviously you can leave comments in the video. Please make sure you subscribe to Mr. Lub Music, and obviously then you'll see where all the videos are coming up. But yeah, any questions, just message me in any of the various ways you want to. Eventually, the submission of these will be just via email to my work email, because that's one that students can use as well. So I'll be giving all the information out as far as submission. But for the moment, if you can make sure you mark up your scores, and then start kind of make sure you're getting those breath points, and yeah, get learning the song. Any questions, hit me up, and I'll look forward to hearing you very soon. Take care.